something that I think has one of the biggest impacts on our life quality is to look at short-term benefits versus long-term benefits and the opportunity costs of both of them. And I want to be really specific. In my case, ever since I was in school and I started to love making music, playing guitar first and producing music, I felt I was good at it and still love it. But many times I decided to go for the safe route, which means basically studying business and not music. I started music, but I switched to business because I was insecure about if I would ever get a job. After studying business, I didn't start producing music. I went to a consultancy and worked long hours, and I certainly learned a ton and it gave me a lot of experience. But the main reason was really to get the immediate benefit of it, which would be like a regular income that would pay the bills, but also that would give me possibilities to other things, almost like immediate prosperity. And at the same time, I always felt like I'm barking up the wrong tree, because what I really want to do ultimately was to make music, produce music, and to have a career as a producer. I feel like it's talked about a lot, but it's still underrated. I understand why people do not implement that obvious thing about, like, for the really cool things in life, you have delayed gratification, right? Delayed benefits from it, like when you're building your own business or when you're doing a career in something that's not the typical path you can't foresee if at the end of the study you will obtain your benefits or salary. In an art career, basically you don't know when you might have financial success. Just to give you an example, it might be just super delayed. It might be like 10 years later, and still when you get there, then you will be super gratified, super grateful, and your life quality will increase a ton. But to get there, it might take much longer, and the main problem is you cannot foresee how long it will take, right? You just know it's going to be probably more delayed, and it might be delayed a lot, but you cannot see by how much. If you don't know how much something like a reward is delayed, that can feel like an eternity, basically, like you never get there. At least that was the case for me. I did not have the guts. I did not believe in myself enough to say, oh, it's not going to take me that long. My subconscious was always telling me it's too much risk. You have to have an income. So you do a job, you're an employee doing something safe to have an income, and on the side you do your passion projects. But then my other side was always telling me, no, if you're only doing it on the side and then you're tired and you have another gazillion things going on too and distractions, and you do so little music, in my case, you're practicing so little, you're finishing so little songs, in a certain period of time, in a year or something, and you're not moving forward. So that was always telling me, no, this won't work. Like, if doing it full time feels like it will take an eternity, this is not even remotely achievable in this lifetime ever. So there's a big paradigm there. I'm saying it because I'm understanding myself why I perceived it as too much risk. Don't know when I will have a reward, like some sort of income to maintain myself and a family if I pursue the music career, the artist career. That has been a huge influence for me. I feel like finally at a point where I can allow myself to sacrifice more work and sacrificing income, parts of my income, that I do a little more music, at least more consistently on a weekly basis. I'm making progress, and I feel like, wow, this had to wait for almost 30 years until I allow myself to do this and leave other things that I knew would get me to a immediate monetary financial reward. And I'm so grateful that I'm finally here. But then again, I'm thinking, if I would have been more conscious about this way earlier on, I could have really went for the risk. I can speculate, but it doesn't matter. If I take that insight now, it will help me. I encourage you to take it in this moment too, in case you have something where you're doubting if you should go for something that you're really passionate about, but it has a delayed reward, versus something that's immediate but not really what you want. It's not a hell yeah.